a personality shaped by being an athlete and a background in mainstream sports media, I found that the stories I was most interested in telling were the ones often overlooked, the ones that might not otherwise be told, the ones that show the intangible and not just the highlight reel. The Sports Council is about highlighting the great, the good, the unique, and everything in between in the Pacific Northwest sports world. I'm Jamie Council. Thanks for joining me.
You're listening to the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, the Tri-Cities leader in sports.
The Sports Council nonprofit segment is brought to you by McCurley Chevrolet, driving change in our sports community.
Welcome to the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, your Tri-Cities leader in sports. I'm Jamie Council saying happy Thanksgiving, and we have a great Thanksgiving story. We're here with Jason Jarrett, head coach at Tri-Cities Prep Baseball. How's it going, Jason?
Good, Jamie. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Thanks for making the time.
Yeah.
And a lot of things to be thankful for. And we're here talking not about your state championships. You have plenty of them, but we're talking about what you do off the baseball field. Yeah. And you guys are giving back to the community, doing a blanket fundraiser. So first, tell me, what exactly is the fundraiser?
Well, Jamie, this is probably the ultimate, right? The ultimate state championship. Last summer, on the field, coaching these guys, and through our spring, my heart started to really shift in the sense of like, how do I communicate and that I'm teaching how to be good stewards of the community, right? And how do they come out in support of us and what we're able to do on the field. And just, when you're in public and you got a Tri-City Prep, baseball shirt or sweatshirt on, they're just giving you high fives. And so it really came heavy on my heart that I wanted to do a special project of some sort that just, basically a reflection of who we are as men, and how we are as individuals. And so, with kind of much thought and consideration, basically, was thinking about, reaching out to a couple families and maybe somehow help, lift their spirits up over the holiday season, because I know, holidays are tough. It's a great time for families to get together and enjoy. And for some, right now, all, but the thing is that it's a joyful time, and Christmas is very dear to me. It's probably the most enjoyable holiday of the entire calendar year outside, the first day of spring baseball. But the thing is that how do we, give that joy back to others? And so kind of with much thought and consideration, I kind of reached out to the basketball coach at Prep, Isaac Nelson, and he was actually kind of in the same line of wanting to do some type of a Thanksgiving, project with his basketball team, maybe serving food at the Mission or some sort. And so I said, hey, I'm kind of been thinking about this particular project about what if we did some type of a fundraiser and then took that money and went and bought gifts and help, bless a family and let these players, do the fundraiser part, do the purchasing of the toys and gifts and wrapping, and then present it to the families and let them, see those expressions on their face. And, because I think sometimes too, kind of a sidestep from all this, my whole kind of thought is that sometimes we can become kind of selfish. We can kind of want a lot and want more and more and more and not always be big and gifting. And so, expressing that to Isaac, he was like, yeah, let's do it. And so we kind of teamed up and we were able to, kind of put some ideas together and different things. And we got kind of a game plan going forward here, and pretty exciting because, we're getting these young men to, kind of put a little work into it and, go out and start selling these blankets. And then with the proceeds, we'll give 100% of those proceeds will go to buying gifts and helping out these individuals and, these parents and children over the holidays for Christmas season, and just, letting our boys see the expression on their faces, the unexpected.
So they have learned how to play baseball, but now they are learning what to do off the diamond by giving back. And why do you feel it's so important for them to learn that lesson?
Yeah, because I really think, as a coach, you're a teacher, right? And that lesson is so important because the blessing that can come from being able to give to somebody else. You look at life a little bit differently. And I really emphasized this last year, looking through the lens of just a different lens. You know what I mean by that? Don't look at the life of always the want. What can that individual to my left, what that individual to my right can give me? But what can I give them? How can I bless them? How can I empower that person? And so when you start doing that, it's a very intentional, kind of an intimate, growth that you will have within your team that makes it special. And so by doing that, when these young men get out of high school and they get into college and they're going to probably find a special someone, and maybe they get married and have kids, and I think parents, we do a lot of this each and every day. We give a lot of ourselves to our children because we want to see the joys on their face, but also we want to be a blessing and teach them, it's not all about what I want, but what maybe somebody else may be less fortunate, doesn't have or need, and bless them with that, So it's so key because I think we have a selfish society that we live in. Not saying everybody's like that, but, I think there was a period in time where people were more willing to pull over the side of the road and help someone with a flat tire. Now, I'm not saying that's the thing to do nowadays. I get it. There's those risk factors and you don't know the individual.
I watch all the crime documentaries.
Yeah, right? So you got all those negative thoughts going through your head. But maybe someone's, struggling getting out of the, store and you can tell they're struggling, or, they maybe are putting something in their car and you can see that they're not, instead of just watching and seeing, well, are they going to drop it? And then go, oh, that stinks. Which we see on social media so many different times, stepping out of your vehicle or going over and open that door because that person needs help. So, just being generous and considerate to others and not just have that attitude. And so it's a little bit different. Not everybody may agree with that, but that's just how I kind of, as I get older and how I perceive life, I just look at it a little bit differently.
Yeah, so teaching them the power of service, because fundraising for sports teams is nothing new. You're going to tournaments, you're using it, but now by purchasing a Jag blanket, the team will then be able to give great Christmas experiences to people in our community. And we'll hear more about that in segment 2, but tell me a little bit about how people can get the Jag blankets, as well as, if they don't want to represent Tri-Cities Prep, they can also help out. Can you tell me a little bit about that part of it?
We'll still love them, even though they don't want to support us with buying a Jag blanket. But, they can go on our social media posts. We have a QR code you can scan, and it basically will take that to you. And if you don't want a Jag blanket, you can purchase, or you can just do a generic donation too. We've gotten quite a few of those. Of course, we finished up on Sunday with this fundraiser, so we don't know where all our totals are at, but things have been looking really good, and we're hoping for a real big blessing. Even if we have abundant, we may bless more than 2 families, and that's the kind of thing is 100% of these proceeds are going to go to blessing these families with gifts that maybe mom and dad just don't have the money to buy a Barbie for their daughter or whatever, shoes or a t-shirt, and it's not just toys. This is going to come into clothes and other things that they may need too. So, there's a lot of things that, there's people out there, especially this time of year and just in general, our economy is not the greatest, so what a better way to help someone else out by being a blessing through, what you've been blessed with, and I just really think that there's great joys, and that's where I teach my kids too. It's better to give to somebody else than to receive. Jamie, we get to a point in life, what else do you need? You're always going to have more and more and more. You can only get so many new pairs of shoes, they're always going to come up with another one. But there's a point where you just say, I'll give it to that guy who doesn't have a pair of shoes, and it'll go a lot longer and a lot further for you as an individual, because the impact that you're putting on that person will last forever.
So again, it's the baseball, basketball teams at Tri-Cities Prep teaming up for a blanket fundraiser to give back to the community. The link for the blankets or just to donate is listed on the social media pages at Tri-Cities Prep. We'll also have it on the Sports Council and 1340 ESPN. And Jason, it is Thanksgiving. So last question, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Oh, we're going straight desserts. The pecan pie, you put it, especially if it can come straight out of the oven, but if you got to put it in the microwave, put it in the microwave for 10 to 15 seconds, and then take one single scoop of vanilla ice cream and let it simmer a little bit for about 15, 20 seconds. And then it's just absolutely perfect.
Well, Jason, thank you for your time and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, Jamie. Thank you.
When we come back on the Sports Council, we'll catch up with Isaac Nelson, head coach of boys basketball at Tri-Cities Prep. Again, we're talking about the fundraiser at Tri-Cities Prep to raise money for local families to help them have a good Christmas. And again, this is the nonprofit segment presented by McCurley Chevrolet, driving change in our sports community.
This is the moment many car buyers wait all year for. The model year-end sales event is on at McCurley Chevrolet. As new Chevy models roll in, remaining 2025s need to move fast. It's the perfect time to trade in, save big, and grab a deal you won't see again till next year. These are the offers people plan around. Get here before they're gone. Experience the model year-end sales event at McCurley Chevrolet. Your way home.
If you've got a winery, brewery, or dairy, why buy industrial parts and supplies from across the country? Central Industrial Sales is your local source for supplies and equipment for the dairy, food processing, winery, and brewing industries. We specialize in custom fabrication, industrial cleaning equipment, sanitary fittings, valves, pumps, chemicals, and many other supplies. Everything's available through our website, by phone, or by dropping by our office. Call 509-375-4032 or find us at centralindustrialsales.com.
Is your water softener doing its job? At Softwater Specialists, we understand the importance of clean, efficient water treatment systems. That's why we offer our annual maintenance program to keep your system running smoothly year-round. Our certified technicians perform a comprehensive checkup and calibration to ensure optimal performance and longevity, finding potential problems before they arise. With Softwater Specialists, you can say goodbye to water problems and hello to hassle-free maintenance. Visit softwaterspecialist.com or call us today to schedule your service. Softwater Specialists, because we want to make sure your water is working for you.
Life happens. Lucky for you, the new ICCU Central Plus checking account comes with benefits, including cell phone protection.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
That's right. Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
Back just in time for Thanksgiving, it's Biscoff season at Krispy Kreme. Try our 3 festive fall donuts with sweet maple and Biscoff cookie flavor, the perfect pairing for your Thanksgiving celebrations. We're thankful for our law enforcement, EMS, and military, with 10% off every day. And don't forget, fall fundraising's in full swing. Call or stop by to schedule yours. It's fun, easy, and delicious. That's your local Krispy Kreme, 2805 Duper Tail in Richland. Come in with a sweet tooth and leave with a smile.
You're listening to Jamie Council on the Sports Council.
The Sports Council nonprofit segment is brought to you by McCurley Chevrolet, driving change in our sports community.
Welcome back to the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, your Tri-Cities leader in sports. It's Thanksgiving, and we're talking to Isaac Nelson now, head coach of Tri-Cities Prep basketball. Isaac, how's it going?
It's going great.
Going great. So we just got finished talking with Jason Jarrett about your Jag blanket fundraiser, how that works. You guys teaming up. How did that happen to, look at each other and be like, yes, let's do it to even make this happen?
First stems from us really wanting kind of our teams to be involved in the community. And I came back last year to the baseball program as an assistant. And so Jason and I being connected that way just made sense for us to kind of bring our programs together and go out together and help families in need this winter.
And Tri-Cities Prep has a lot of success in athletics. You take a look, football team, you have some guys missing because they're playing in the semis on Saturday. And then Jason, has a few state championships, just a few with the baseball program. But this is a great opportunity for them to learn off of, whether it be the baseball diamond, off the court. Why is that piece of athletics so important in your eyes to teach your athletes?
I think athletics in general, and looking at the mission of Tri-Cities Prep, a piece of that is service. Whether you're serving people in your school by being friendly, looking out for them, or serving the greater community by seeking opportunities to help better people's lives and make things easier when they're tough. I think it's important just for guys, especially in high school and younger guys, to get out and see that they can make a difference in their community. And every community has those people that struggle a little bit, and the positive feedback and the joy that kind of brings to help someone in need is really valuable. So it's just a great time for them to kind of be looking out for other people, especially when we're so busy. I mean, we can get kind of caught up in our daily routines and focused on kind of what we need to do throughout the season and day to day, and keeping that broader focus of kind of outreach is really good for us.
Yeah, and fundraising is not new to athletics, but making the money go to outside sources is kind of new. So what have you heard? How have the players responded? Because you haven't gone through the full gambit of them seeing where the money is going to, but how have they responded as you said, hey, you guys need to do this, even though it doesn't buy you new uniforms, for example?
Yeah. Most of our fundraising, like you said, is directly tied to kind of our program needs. So getting them all in a room, Jason and I, and bringing the players in and saying, hey, we're gonna do another fundraiser, and it's gonna go to help other people. They bought right into it. They're like, sweet, let's do it. Got sales going right off the bat, so they really bought into it, and I think they're excited to kind of get to the end of it, just to kind of see that hard work in the front pay off. So. They really bought in. They're excited to get out and help people.
And in segment 1, we talked with Jason. It's a blanket fundraiser. If people don't want to represent the Jags, that's fine. They can also do monetary donations. And we have that link posted on Tri-Cities Prep social media pages, as well as we'll post it on the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN. So once you guys end the sales, that ends on the 30th. Mm-hmm. What you guys have the money, then how are you distributing it? How are you determining families in need? Tell me a little bit about your process of that community outreach piece and finding an avenue to make a difference.
Yeah, so it kind of started with, I guess, the general idea of what kind of things can we do during the kind of Thanksgiving, primarily Christmas time, to help families in need. And there's definitely a big population of people just in the local central Tri-Cities that need help. But we were looking, and I was like, let's reach out to some community that's near Tri-Cities, but maybe isn't as close or isn't usually kind of the target of some of these fundraisers that happen. So I connected with Father Luta. He's the priest out at St. Paul's Catholic Church in Eltopia. And he was actually, I guess, involved in my life when I was at St. Pat's as a middle schooler. And then he spent some time at Tri-Cities Prep too. So he's kind of been part of the Tri-Cities Prep community. So reaching out to him, it was really good to kind of get reconnected and get an idea of what the dynamic is in the Eltopia and Basin City area, with kind of what families need there, what opportunities do we have to help those folks. So I guess it kind of started with like an adopt a family type deal. looking for a few families to support them, get presents for the kids, help them with their needs, whether that be winter clothes, shoes, school supplies, whatever they need to kind of get them through the winter and help them out, and do kind of some of that gift giving for Christmas time as well. That was kind of like my main goal. And then it kind of branched out, just talking to Father Luta there. He said there's some kids out in the Basin City area that have gotten really into like music and singing at church, and they want to be more involved in that. They just don't have kind of the instruments to make it more of a music program. So we'll do the kind of adopt a family type deal, and then on top of that, whatever we don't use towards those families, we'll go to help those kids in Basin City get some instruments so they can keep playing music and doing what they like out there.
So helping them for Christmas, whatever they need, as well as helping a music program.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And why would you urge people to buy a Jag blanket or simply donate online if they don't want to rep Tri-Cities Prep? I
think it's as valuable as it is for the families that we're going to help. There's also a lot of value in helping us get our guys out there and kind of generating that community outreach and getting them involved in places that they're less likely to be involved day to day. So I would say the biggest reason is just helping those families that do need it. But it's also kind of a learning opportunity and character building opportunity for our guys too.
Well, thank you so much for chatting about that portion of it, but you're also getting ready to start a season on the court. So we're going to talk about that when we come back. Again, we're talking to Isaac Nelson of Tri-Cities Prep Boys Basketball, talking about their fundraiser. And when we come back, we'll talk about the upcoming season for the Jags. Again, this is the McCurley Chevrolet nonprofit segment, driving change in your sports community.
If you've got a winery, brewery, or dairy, why buy industrial parts and supplies from across the country? Central Industrial Sales is your local source for supplies and equipment for the dairy, food processing, winery, and brewing industries. We specialize in custom fabrication, industrial cleaning equipment, sanitary fittings, valves, pumps, chemicals, and many other supplies. Everything's available through our website, by phone, or by dropping by our office. Call 509-375-4032 or find us at centralindustrialsales.com.
This is the moment many car buyers wait all year for. The model year-end sales event is on at McCurley Chevrolet. As new Chevy models roll in, remaining 2025s need to move fast. It's the perfect time to trade in, save big, and grab a deal you won't see again till next year. These are the offers people plan around. Get here before they're gone. Experience the model year-end sales event at McCurley Chevrolet. Your way home.
Back just in time for Thanksgiving, it's Biscoff season at Krispy Kreme. Try our 3 festive fall donuts with sweet maple and Biscoff cookie flavor, the perfect pairing for your Thanksgiving celebrations. We're thankful for our law enforcement, EMS, and military, with 10% off every day. And don't forget, fall fundraising's in full swing. Call or stop by to schedule yours. It's fun, easy, and delicious. That's your local Krispy Kreme, 2805 Duper Tail in Richland. Come in with a sweet tooth and leave with a smile.
Life happens. Lucky for you, the new ICCU Central Plus checking account comes with benefits, including cell phone protection.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
That's right. Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
Soft Water Specialist salutes the Water Boy. Your teammates may not always give you the respect you deserve for the service you provide, but we do. If they only knew the same great tasting water from Soft Water Specialist makes their towels softer and uniforms brighter, they might see things a little different, just like you. Soft Water Specialist salutes the Water Boy.
That's some high quality H2O right there.
Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, the Tri-Cities leader in sports.
The Sports Council nonprofit segment is brought to you by McCurley Chevrolet, driving change in our sports community.
Welcome back to the Sports Council on 1340 ESPN, your Tri-Cities leader in sports. Catching up with Isaac Nelson of Tri-Cities Prep Boys Basketball. Talked about the fundraiser that you guys have going on, selling Jags blankets. And again, we have that link on Tri-Cities Prep social media, the Sports Council, and 1340ESPNradio.com. And as well as getting this whole fundraiser going, you're also just finished up your first week of practice.
Yeah, it's been great. We've got, it's interesting how, just with how well the football team's doing, we've got a third of our guys between the JV and varsity group still playing football. So that JV varsity gym's been a little light to start, but I mean, just even what we're seeing there with those 16 guys that have been there, it's really exciting. A lot of returners. We'll have 10 seniors this year suiting up for varsity. 8 of those guys returning. So we've got experience. We're deep, really athletic. Like I said, just what we've seen in the first week, and even in the younger group that's following up and working up through the C and JV levels, we've got a lot of talent and potential there too. So it's an exciting time for sure.
And how did you guys feel at the end of last season?
Felt good. We were just short of our goal. We wanted a top 5 spot in state and missed that 3-5 game just by 3 points in a loss to Northwest Christian. But that being said, my first year as the head coach and with our staff, we were really pleased. And losing that game and not quite reaching our goal, it kind of helps keep that fire going into this year. And our goals are the bar is set pretty high based on where we ended up last year.
Yeah,
so the guys are ready to go.
For a couple years, you were kind of hanging in the shadows of Burbank, but now it's your turn to step up on top.
Yeah, that's right.
What are the players that people can expect to see on the court this winter for Tri-Cities Prep?
So returners, guys, you'll remember from last year, we've got Colin Sweezy. He'll play the 4 and 5 for us a lot. He's big. He's been putting in the work over the summer. Really honing his skills, and he's been in the weight room. So really looking forward to seeing what he can do, playing that big spot. Lane McClure, Landon Levy, both returning starters. Just looking at what Lane did last year, I think he averaged 16 points a game and 4 assists, 4 rebounds a game. And even on the defensive end, those guys are super athletic and can really put ball pressure on people. And so using them kind of interchangeably as point guards will help take some of the pressure off Lane. But really looking forward to seeing them. We've got Brett Peterson. He'll play the 5 a lot. He's got great footwork in the post. We'll be looking to get him the ball quite a bit. And he'll be big, key to our kind of post defense. And then Eli, Ganem, Anthony, Oriana, both returners. They came off the bench last year, but were really good contributors, whether it's offense or defense. And then, our football players, Marcus Hyatt. He had a lot of great minutes last year. He flies around and is, I would say he's a pretty good utility guy. He can really do it all. He can shoot it. He can score in the paint. He is a menace on defense. And then Jarrett, Garza, Jameson, and then James, all coming back. So super excited to see them out there. Like I said, we're old, we're deep. We've got so many different combinations of 5-man rotations we can do that I'm excited to get those guys back and really see it in the gym.
With the basketball team, we talked about a lot of the top returners. What is a name that people might learn this year for the Jaguars?
Yeah, I guess looking at our two juniors that'll be on varsity, Decker Mazatko and Andrew Baumgartner, really looking at them to be big contributors this year, especially as they'll be kind of the core going into next year. Decker was on the JV last year, and he's super athletic. He's been shooting it really well. Shot it well in the summer. He shot it well in the first week of practice, and he gets to the rim too. So, and then Andrew, he's a great shooter. Really good basketball IQ, so he communicates really well across the floor, and kind of looking to see them step into roles and kind of take control of games at times this year. Those two guys will be really important for us this year, and especially going into next year too.
Have you guys talked about goals?
Not yet. I was actually just talking about it with Kobe, my assistant, earlier today, and looking at the guys that we do have out. We're going to wait till they get back. So could be next week. I'm hoping it's not next week just because I want the football team to win. But as soon as those guys get back, we'll go over short-term, long-term goals, kind of role identification, and making sure that we know how everyone fits in the program and kind of the best ways that they each contribute to the team. So,
Isaac, one final question. It's Thanksgiving. What is your go-to Thanksgiving food?
I would say I'm a huge fan of, my mom makes a really good stuffing. I used to not like stuffing as a kid, but she has this stuffing recipe that is amazing. So usually when everyone else isn't eating stuffing, I'm getting seconds and thirds of it.
What's the secret ingredient?
I don't think she would let me tell.
All right. We'll just go with it. It's secret ingredient is love.
Yep. There you go.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Jamie.
Again, Isaac Nelson of Tri-Cities Prep boys basketball, as the basketball team and the baseball team for the Jags having their blanket fundraiser, helping out families in our area this holiday season, is posted on Tri-Cities Prep social media, as well as 1340ESPNradio.com, as well as the Sports Council if you wanted to check it out. Again, this is our nonprofit segment brought to you by McCurley Chevrolet, driving change in our sports community.
Until next time, I'm Jamie Council. Now we go back to your originally scheduled Seattle sports program.